Navigating workplace relationships under the POSH Act. Today's workplace, professional boundaries and personal connections often overlap. But what happens when these connections give rise to misunderstandings or even allegations under the POSH Act? Can a consensual relationships turn into legal compliance? This is the question. Can a consensual relationships turn into a legal complaint later? In this video, we will explore the fine line between personal relationships and professional conduct with full legal backing from the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Act 2013, popularly known as POSH Act. Stay till the end for real challenges faced by internal committees, ICs, and what every employer must do to stay compliant. So understanding the POSH Act, the legal basis, the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013 came into effect on 9th December 2013 and is rooted in the Vishaka guidelines issued by Supreme Court. Section 2(n) of the Act defines sexual harassment include, this is the inclusive definition, physical contact and advances, a demand or request for sexual favor, making sexually colored remarks, showing pornography, any other unwelcome physical, verbal or non-verbal conduct of sexual nature. This is what the inclusive definition of sexual harassment. But importantly, if you see section 3, subsection 2 explains that creating an intimidating or hostile work environment also counts as a sexual harassment, even if there was no physical contact. The key insight is the act goes beyond physical harassment. Even implied, even verbal or environmental conduct can fall under its purview. Why workplace relationships are complex? Though consensual, even though consent is given, workplace relationships becomes complicated under POSH Act. The reasons, one is the power dynamics, second is professional boundaries, third one is the responsibility on both sides, and relationship breakdowns and evidence is a challenge. So we'll explain one by one. So what is the power dynamics? See, consent can be questionable when one party has authority or influence. Influence plays in the big shape. Authority. So we have a case law. Miss A.V. Mr. D. IC report 2022. Even an absence of coercion doesn't absolve misuse of power. Professional boundaries, romantic links may appear as favorism, creating resentment among colleagues. This damages team trust and could be considered a hostile work environment under section 3, subsection 2(4). Third one is the responsibility on both sides. The law does not excuse inappropriate behavior from either side, irrespective of seniority. The POSH Rule 13 obligates fair inquiry irrespective of gender hierarchy. And relationship breakdowns, a mutual relationship can turn hostile later. This is also another challenge. If one party feels exploited or professionally affected, it may lead to a formal complaint requiring sensitive IC intervention, internal committee. Evidence challenges. So many complaints involve private interactions. In such cases, IC, this internal committee relies on circumstantial evidences, digital records like emails and WhatsApps, consistency of statements. So the role of internal committee, IC, under section 4, every employer with 10 or more employees must form an internal committee. IC responsibilities under section 11, conduct neutral, unbiased inquiries, go beyond the surface and assess context, especially in cases involving consensual past relationships. So the key learnings from these real IC cases, one is consent is not a blanket defense, especially when a superior is involved. Another, IC must view the whole workplace impact, not just individual grievance. Disciplinary action may be warranted even if POSH is not violated. Breaches of company ethics or leadership behavior still counts. Recommendations includes counseling and relocation of either of the party, written warnings or formal censures. What organizations must do, so clear internal policy should be placed in. Have a workplace relationship policy requiring mandatory disclosures where reporting lines intersect. Mandatory training, section 19C of the POSH Act, organizations must organize orientation and training programs for the IC and staff, training for internal committees and training for staff. Quarterly or annual POSH awareness sessions are essential. And the documentation, maintain records of compliance, internal committee meetings, training sessions, and resolutions. These are mandatory under POSH Rule 2013, Rule 14. Proactive culture building. Go beyond the legal mandate. Start open discussions on ethics, discussions on consent, discussions on power issues. So the conclusion is professionalism is a key. The POSH Act is not a moral policing law. It is a workplace dignity law. Relationships are not illegal, but they must be transparent, mature, and respectful of power structures. Organizations must avoid complaint-based reactive approach. It is not like only when complaint comes, then we will react. Organizations must avoid the complaint-based reactive approach. Build a culture of ethics and fairness. Empower their internal committees with the proper training. So the final thought is, law gives you the structure, but a truly safe workplace is built on relationship, integrity, and mutual respect. Hope you are clear. Please subscribe to RR Corporates. We have other channel, RR Legal Talks. Thank you.